Well, we welcome you into Jim Turner Field on the campus of Logansport High School. Game 2 for us today. And it's a bracket game in the 16U bracket, pitting the second-ranked Badger Baseball Academy, 3-0 in pool play, taking on the 7-seed Indy Sharks, 2-1 in pool play for the Sharks. Alongside Chris Walker, I'm Rob Brown. Happy you're with us for this game number 2 for us today. Both these teams looking to advance to tomorrow's championship rounds. Badger Baseball Academy out of Germantown, Wisconsin, clad in the dark blue tops and white pants, and the Indy Sharks based out of Noblesville, Indiana, in the white tops with the several shades of blue trim in the bottom half and the white pants. And they had a good look at the starting pitcher for the Badgers, Jack Frickland, a right-hander.
Yes, he is.
Set to go, and we're underway.
He's got some velo behind that fastball.
First pitch at 12:45. 71 degrees, our game time temperature.
Beautiful.
Outside corner evens the count at 1-1. Christian Perez stands in. Second baseman. A lot of Central Indiana players on this Indy Sharks team. And a couple from Delaware County as well. We'll get you those affiliations as we go through. Perez playing at Lawrence North High School. Curveball drops in for a strike, and the count evens at 2-2. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3.
I think that is the correct call. Frickland gets his first strikeout of the day. It's a fastball up. Again, he can't lay off of it. Tough pitch to lay off of.
So left-handed hitting Jackson Wims. Jackson Wims, shortstop, stands in. Pitch got away from him. Did Frickland.
That ball's a hot potato out there. Frickland couldn't get it. Scooted away from him.
Foul tipped into the mitt of the catcher, Sather. And the count evens. Well, that pitch in tight, but that was a good-looking breaking ball coming in on the left-hander. Lined into center field, and it will drop in front of the center fielder, Bo, for a base hit.
Good piece of hitting there by Jackson Wims. Just gets a fastball. He takes it right back through the middle. Number 2 hitter gets himself a single. Now brings up the 3 hitter, Ryan Burkholder.
Burkholder, the third baseman. Hits from the right side. Hard hit right to the third baseman. Second for 1, and that's all they'll get. Throw was high and a little contact on the slide, and the second baseman, Tenney's, opted to just take the out and end it there.
Probably a smart decision there.
So Burkholder aboard via the fielder's choice. That brings up Cole Purdue. Right-handed hitting catcher, cleanup batter. As the sun's starting to peek through the clouds a little bit. Been cloudy for about the last hour.
Still kind of one of those great days to play baseball. Not too hot, not bright sunny, so you don't have any problems as an outfielder. Gotta love playing some baseball on these kind of days.
Two-0 count. Taken for a strike. hit hard at the shortstop. Gable able to drift to his right and make the catch at eye level for the third out of the inning. So in the inning, the Indy Sharks get a hit, strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the first. Badgers will take their first swings when we come back on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
And get a look at the dugout of the Badger Baseball Academy. There's the Indy Sharks over on the first base side. Badger, the number 2 seed in this 16U bracket. Our actually next 2 games, this game and the game following, will be in the 16U bracket. We'll have the 3-6 matchup following this. That'll pit Yard Goat Baseball against Indy Titans Midwest. And the winners of those 2 games will play tomorrow in the semifinal at 8:30 in the morning. That's an early wake-up time
Yes, it is.
for that crew. Winners heading to Twin Lakes tomorrow. Beautiful Monticello.
There's more than corn in Indiana.
Yes, that's what they tell me. That crow in the 1930s swimsuit told me that. And a good look at number 6, Sebastian Gillum, the starting pitcher for the Indy Sharks. And he'll face Kyler Bowe, the center fielder, to lead off this bottom of the first.
And folks, we believe the Badgers team is hitting 13 in their lineup today. That's what it appears to be.
Chopped over the mound, shortstop ranging far to his left, and the throw, he got him. That's a nice play by Wims. He covered a lot of ground on that play.
Really nice play for the out, but if Kyler Bowe does not trip out of the batter's box, that's going to be a really close play, and I'm not sure he would have been able to throw him out, but great job by the shortstop. Wims ranging over, making a good throw.
Here's Kyle Panton. Panton, one of 5 players on this roster from Slinger High School. Grounded to first, and the first baseman Jones, an easy trip over to the bag for the 3 unassisted, 2 away.
Nice job there by Palmer Jones, ranging over, making a play, getting the easy out.
Number 3 man, Jace Gable. Shortstop.
Good spot. Fastball on the inside part of the plate.
And Gillum not wasting any time. That pitch one hops the plate and ricochets back toward the dugout. On the ground, a short. Wims waits for the hop to come to him and wings the throw over, pulls the first baseman off the bag, goes over his head, and Gable is aboard.
Don't go down as an E6, but I like Wims. Showed some really good footwork originally because he had to take kind of a a little bit of a drop step at the last minute because he got kind of a tough hop on turf, but he just couldn't get it squared to get his body back squared to make a good, strong throw over to first base.
And as we looked at that replay, it looked like he got it kind of underneath the throw.
And that ball just sailed on him, sailed up the baseline.
So Gable is aboard on the 2-out error. That sends Braden Booty to the plate, left-handed hitting first baseman. Booty is long and lanky.
Yes, he is. Good pitch.
Takes that pitch on the outside corner. High school teammate of Gable's is Booty. Campbellsport High School up in Wisconsin. It's about halfway between Milwaukee and Fond du Lac, in case you were wondering, Chris. I know you were wondering where Campbellsport is.
Yes. Well, I've driven, what's that, those roads there. It used to be part of my sales territory. So
there you go.
Used to go from Milwaukee all the way up to Appleton and Green Bay area and back down. And so go through Fond du Lac when you're doing that. So, oh, yeah.
1-2 count here in the bottom of the first. Scoreless game. 16U bracket game. First of 2 straight we'll have in that bracket. Lined up the middle, base hit.
Great swing.
First hit of the game for the Badgers.
It's a great swing there by Braden Booty. Just drives the ball right back through the middle, right back where it came from. Perfect hitting, keeps the inning alive.
Here's Trent Schladweiler. 3rd straight hitter in the order from Campbellsport High School.
It's a good leave there by Schladweiler. That ball misses down.
Gillum checked the runner at second. That ball fouled off the inner leg of Schladweiler. And the count evens 1-1. 2 outs in the inning. Swing and a miss. Right over the top of it.
Be careful. Gable was creeping off second base. He's off pretty far there. I thought they were going to throw behind him.
Check the runner, does Gillum, and now that pitch one hops the plate. Nice block by Purdue to keep it in front.
Cole Purdue.
Gillum, the pitcher out of Delta High School in Delaware County outside of Muncie.
Yes.
Foul ball again. That one might have gotten a piece of the catcher.
Delta's had some good baseball players in the recent past with the Coffey brothers. Addison playing right now, I believe, AAA for the White Sox, pitching for them.
Okay.
He's a really good shortstop coming out of high school, originally an Arizona State commit.
2-2 pitch. Again, down. One hops the plate. Gillum working down in the zone, but too far down. The count's gone full.
Big spot here for Schladweiler. 2-out hits are the hardest thing to do in the game offensively.
Chop to third, and the third baseman.
He's not out.
And the
There's no tag
runner
there.
run into each other, and out is the call.
Oh, wow. What?
I think he called interference.
Yes, I think so.
Called interference on the base runner. So that's the out. The out called interference. The runner heading to third is called out for the third out in the inning. So the rally ends there for the Badgers. And we'll head to the second in a scoreless game. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
Jim's at home. That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net. A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness.
122-6-0 for Penn.
What a swim! Six of them.
Now back at Jim Turner Field, home of the Logansport Berries. Rob Brown and Chris Walker with you on a beautiful Saturday afternoon and third weekend in July. Indy Sharks and the Badger Baseball Academy hooking up in this 16U bracket game. Top of the second about to unfold. Jabin Barnes will lead it off. One of 6 players on this Sharks roster from Yorktown High School.
Oh, know that Muncie area as well.
That's a tremendous program,
Yeah.
3A program. Barnes, the center fielder for this Sharks club. Pitch loops inside and evens the count at 1-1.
James Barnes, a good-sized kid here. Whoa.
Laced off the end of the bat, and that will head to the right field corner and roll all the way to the fence. Barnes will check into second with a leadoff double.
Really good swing there by Javen Barnes. Kind of gets it off the end of the bat, but he's still got enough barrel to it where it was hit really hard. Gets down, tucks it down in the right field corner. But I love the dimensions of this high school field here at Logansport. It makes it really fair for high schoolers. But that's one maybe in the college game where that's hit, it's probably a triple.
Yeah, 320 down both of the lines here. 354 straight away to left and right respectively, and then 372 to dead center field. Palmer Jones standing in, a hard hit ball through the hole into left field, a base hit. Barnes stays put at third.
Good job by Palmer Jones. He got that off the end of the bat as well, but he hit it right in the correct spot. Gets himself a base hit. Now you have runners on the corners with no outs here for the Sharks.
Well, and at the pit, the left fielder LePerrier picked the ball up and dropped it, and you heard some of the lawn chair coaches below us wanted the runner to go.
You know, it's one of those tough situations where, you know, as the third base coach, you have already kind of shut your runner down. To get him restarted back up there, it's just too tough to do. It's a smart play, especially with no outs. You can't afford to get thrown out there.
Little Shea Stadium feel as a plane flies right over the ballpark.
No kidding.
Pitch taking a strike. Tanner Griffey, our batter. Designated hitter. There's the plane that just buzzed us moments ago.
No kidding. Great shot there.
That ball hit, almost hit the runner. Almost hit the runner going first to second. Into right field with a line drive hit. Jones heads into third on the line drive base hit by Griffey that sends Barnes home from third and the game's first run. That line drive almost hit the base runner.
Yeah, it just
going from first to second.
Got to keep your head up as a base runner there, but that's 3 consecutive hits for the Sharks team, and they're really putting the bat on Fricklin right now.
3 straight balls hit hard by the Sharks, who grabbed the game's first lead. Brady Plunkett stands in, one of the extra hitters in the lineup. The Sharks batting 10 in this afternoon's game. Plunkett out of Noblesville High School. That pitch gets away.
Good program
2-0.
there. Coached by, Coach Keever, I believe?
Sounds right.
Yep.
Pitch taken, a strike. We talk about a brutal league from a competitive standpoint. I mean, trying to climb to the top of that league.
Yep.
Runner goes, throw down, and not in time. And Griffey has a stolen base of second.
Reminds me of the Mick in football, right? It's
Oh my goodness! When you look at that baseball league with Noblesville, as you said, Westfield,
Yeah.
both of the Hamilton Southeastern schools, Hamilton
Fishers.
Southeastern and Fishers.
Yep.
You got Brownsburg,
Zionsville.
Zionsville.
Super duper competitive.
Well, to give you an idea, I think probably the best way to characterize it is Franklin Central has spent the last 2 seasons pitch up, and Plunkett works the walk. Franklin Central has had 2 regular seasons back-to-back where they've only won 7 or 8 games and been 5 or 6 games below 500.
Crazy.
Trying to navigate that league.
Right.
Then they turn around and win the sectional. So the bases are loaded and nobody out. This has the potential for a big inning,
Yes.
and the pitcher Sebastian Gillum can help himself as he comes to the plate. Corners are in for the Badgers. Defensively, middle infield back at double play depth. Hit hard right to third base, and it goes off the third baseman's glove. Everybody's safe. That ball was on Steinmetz in a hurry.
Everyone's going to move up. That's going to go down as an E5 because that was right there was your 5-2-3 tailor-made double play right there.
Well, let's get another look. And perhaps Steinmetz was trying to figure where he was going to go with it before he had it in the glove. And as a result, everybody's safe and a run is in. Here's the number 10 hitter, Caleb Neal.
I tell guys all the time, there's a lot of downtime in baseball. So there's no reason you should ever not know what to do with the ball when it's coming your way. You got to get that plan before the ball is hit to you. So once the ball is hit to you, you're just executing. You're not thinking. You got to be able to just react when the ball's hit to you. So right now as a fielder, any position out there, you got to be talking to yourself right now, telling yourself what you're going to do with the ball if it's hit to you. And back to that play with the third baseman, it goes a step further. If the ball's hit directly at you, you know you're going to come home and go to first for the double play. But if it's hit to the second base side of it, you're going to go 5-4-3 for the double play. So you just got to have all those situations ironed out before it happens.
And Fricklin walks in a run. Neal works the walk. Another run is in and still nobody out. And that'll result in a mound visit. 3 runs are in for the Sharks here in this top of the second.
And didn't we say, aren't the Sharks the lower seed in this?
Sharks are the 7 seed. The Badgers the 2 seed. Badgers with wins earlier in pool play. 12-2 win over Groove Baseball Club on Thursday at Rossville, and then 2 wins yesterday. A 4-3 win over the Mavericks at McCutcheon, and then an 8-1 win over Indiana Prospects at Twin Lakes. Meanwhile, the Sharks played, there was a handful of pool play games played at Loeb Stadium on Wednesday, and the Sharks winning 9-3 over Indiana Thunder. Lost on Thursday 2-0 to the Mount Vernon Marauders, and then also beat the Prospects yesterday. That was a 5-1 win at Twin Lakes. Back to the top of the order in Christian Perez. Fricklin still looking to record his first out of the inning, and the Sharks have already plated 3 here in the second.
Perez struck out on a kind of a check swing on a high fastball in his first at bat. Looking to do some damage here to really open this game up for his team.
Taken for a ball, 2-1. Push foul back over our heads. Some activity down. Bullpens are in the corners, kind of in a fenced-off area, off by itself.
Oh,
And a balk. Wow. A balk is called, and that'll bring another run in.
Guessing that he didn't pause in his delivery. Fourth run of the inning there.
Balk brings the run in and then moves Gillum to third and Neal to second. First base is open, still nobody out. Infield is in.
Good pitch.
Curveball drops in for strike 3. First out of the inning. Here's Jordan Wims, who singled in the first. Jackson Wims, excuse me.
Jackson right back through the middle, his first at bat.
Got to lay one down, but it's bunted foul back to the screen.
You always know things are going well for you when you're the 2-hitter and you're hitting for the second time in the game in the second inning.
That's usually a good sign.
That's right.
Waves at one, does Wims, well over the top of it, and he's behind in the count 0-2. That one hops the plate, and the wild pitch will get another run in. And move Neal over to third.
And also get Sebastian Gillum, your pitcher, off the field to get a little rest maybe before he goes back out there. I don't think I saw a courtesy runner come in for him.
No, he was running for himself. Cullen Reese is loosening down in the left field corner for the Badgers. Fouled off the end of the bat. Right over the head of our guy Dennis Glover on the platform down the left side. Gave us the thumbs up. He's good to go. 2-2 count. Pitch missed away. And it goes full. One out in the inning. 4 runs are in for the Sharks. Trying to add even more with a runner at third. Hit hard and by the second baseman into right field, a base hit. Wims is 2 for 2, and it's a 5-0 game.
Is it 5 or 6 now? It's 6 now.
It's 6. Yeah, it should be 6. Thank you. It is 6. 6 runs are in.
Wow, that's taking advantage of some opportunities there by the Sharks.
And we see the Sharks head coach looking down to the bullpen as if to indicate, is Reese ready to go? Meanwhile, Fricklin pours in another strike to Ryan Burkholder.
Rob, I didn't see this coming after that first inning from Fricklin. He looked really good.
Runner goes. Third baseman fields the ground
that's
ball.
A tremendous base running.
Tag has to be made because it throws up the line, and Wims takes another base. So Wims advances 2 bases on the infield out.
That was great base running. Wims never slowed down. When he saw kind of the chopper hit to the third base, and he was rounding second base hard, and he was not going to be stopped. And that makes it really tough on the first baseman to get that ball back to third base and get him out.
Second out of the inning, but now Wims stands at third and 6 runs are in. Cole Purdue is the 10th man to bat in the inning. Javen Barnes, who began the inning with a double into the right field corner, stands on deck.
And Rob, I'm like a basset hound. There is something that smells really good in this press box. Right
There's
now.
a plate of pizza that's about 8 feet to my
there it
left.
is. I didn't see it, but I smelled it.
2-1 count. One hop to third. Nice play by the third baseman Steinmetz. Throws across for the out, but that'll do it. But in the inning, 10 Sharks come to the plate. 5 hits in the inning, 6 runs, an error, and a runner left. We're through 1.5. Indy Sharks up big early, 6-0 on the.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the ISC Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Well, a 6-run inning for the Indy Sharks has put the 7th seed in an early advantage. Still time, though, for the Badgers to put a dent in it. Sebastian Gillum coming on. He helped his cause by scoring one of the 6 runs in the top of the 2nd. Activity has ceased in the left field corner bullpen for the Badgers, so my suspicion is we may see a new pitcher in the top of the 3rd, but Badgers would first like to put a crooked number up here in the bottom of the 2nd and cut into this 6-run advantage. Owen Sather gets it started. Catcher. Hits in the right side. Badgers did have some traffic on the bases in the 1st inning. All with 2 outs. Gable reached. Booty had a single. But they were unable to get the run across. That one drifted away from Gillum and hit Sather. Looked like it got him in the upper back.
Yes, sir.
And I heard the dull thud when it came across. They will bring a courtesy runner on. It's Schladweiler coming on to run for Sather. Gavin LePerrier stands in, the left fielder. First pitch swing, he lifts it up in the infield, foul territory. First baseman Jones hauls it in just by the coaching box for the first out of the inning.
Good job of navigating over there by Palmer Jones, getting around the coach to make sure he gets that catch for the first out of the inning.
Jake Tenney's the second baseman. Throw over. That pitch gets out of the glove of the catcher, Purdue, and allows the base runner to go down to second on the pass ball. Tenney's from Slinger High School, about an hour northwest of Milwaukee, one of 5 Slinger players on this roster for Badger Baseball Academy. Rolled to short, takes a funny hop on Wims, and he will wisely hold it.
A6 there is going to advance the runner to third and get another runner at first base. Just Wims just kind of couldn't corral it to make the throw over there to first base.
You going to E6 on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's Cullen Reese, one of the extra hitters in the order, one of 3. One of 4, I should say. Reese was down throwing in the Badger bullpen during the bottom of the top of the second, so we may see Reese come on to pitch in the third, but he'd like to get a hit here and put his team on the board first.
And if you're Gillum, your approach needs to be you're ground ball away from getting out of the inning.
Good breaking ball to drop in there on the inside corner. Even the count at 1. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Indy Sharks leading this one 6-0. The 6-run second. Pitch outside, backhanded by Purdue.
Here's coaching staff telling him, hey, step off, take a deep breath, and get us a ground ball. Good instruction.
Throw over, that's a close play.
It's really close. Because that first baseman is tagging as the runner's diving back. That makes it really close. Really good pickoff move by Gillum.
Tenney's back on his stomach, barely beat the tag from Jones. Pitch down and away. And it's 3-1. Gillum with a big exhale before he gets back on the rubber.
Just missed.
Just missed the corner.
Yep.
And they're loaded up on the walk by Reese. 1 out, bases loaded. Andon Schroeder hitting from the right side, another extra hitter in the lineup.
Big spot here for Andon. Try to keep the ball moving here. Well, you don't want to do that, Andon. Show up the umpire like that is
late strike call, much to the dismay of Schroeder. High chop to third. And the third baseman will retreat over to the bag and step on third. Burkholder had a mind to come to the plate, but instead took the easiest out, and that was 15 feet to his right. So Sather comes home to score the first run of the game for the Sharks. Tennings is retired 5 unassisted at second.
So I might go back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier, knowing what to do before the ball hits you. I think that would have been a perfect play to come home on that ball. All your momentum as a third base is coming home. Good pick there. Great pick.
Nice throw
Good
across.
job.
Burkholder goes to first that time, and he ends the inning. In the inning, the Badgers do get a run. No hits. There was an error by the Sharks, and 2 left. We're through 2. 6-1. The Sharks lead it on the ISC Sports Network. Get a look at Tanner Griffey due to bat here later in the inning. New pitcher for the Badgers is Cullen Reese. Jack Fricklin goes 2 innings, allowing the 6 runs. Reese coming on in relief. Pitching this top of the third, and the first man he'll face is the center fielder, Jabin Barnes. Curveball stays inside. Barnes began the 6-run second inning with a double off the end of the bat that ended up in the right field corner.
It was really weird. It was hit off the end of the bat, but he still got enough barrel to where he still hit it fairly hard. And where the right fielder was playing, just couldn't cut it off before it got down in that corner.
Pitch catches the outside corner, 2-1. And that ball hit by Barnes in the last inning. It's our second game broadcast today. Chris, that was the first ball we've seen today get to the wall.
Yes, sir.
Ball rolled past the diving second baseman, Tenney's, and into right center field for a base hit. Barnes is 2 for 2.
Well, I like really what I've seen out of Jabin Barnes so far in this game. 2 balls hit to the backside of the field. It tells me that he's not afraid to really stay on the baseball and drive it the other way. That's a really good approach to have as a right-handed hitter.
Here's Palmer Jones, the first baseman. Jones singled in the second. Takes a strike. Short lead by Barnes over at first. Fastball away. 1-1. That ball stayed in.
It's a good pitch, though. Just stayed just in off the plate.
Jones had a notion to swing, but pulled his hands back. That pitch missed away, and now it's 3-1. Inside a ball. So first 2 runners reach for the Sharks in this third inning, and has to be more than a little bit of a feeling of deja vu in the Badgers dugout. This is how the second inning began.
Really good plate discipline there by Palmer Jones. This pitch is pretty close that he laid off of.
Sharks sent 6 batters to the plate in the second inning before an out was recorded. Tanner Griffey swings and misses over the first offering. RBI single and a stolen base for Griffey in the second. Came around to score.
You know, we talked about it in the first game. Well, pitcher just throwing a lot of strikes because it's hard to get hits. But, man, that was one of those few innings, that second inning, where you saw 4 hits in an inning. And they were all productive hits that did some damage. So, you know, you mix in a walk there and an error, a couple walks, and, man, you get 6 runs.
You get a balk and a wild pitch.
That's right. Some of everything in that second inning. Great job.
Ball skips the plate, and a nice job by Sather
A tremendous job.
to keep the runners where they are. 1-2 the count. Nobody out in the top of the third. Sharks leading 6-1. That fouled right off the helmet of the catcher, Sather. And the home plate umpire will enact a little professional courtesy and stroll out to the plate. Give Sather some time to get himself together. And our field might pick that up. That was a hard ricochet.
Yeah, equipment definitely protects you, but you still feel that a little bit. Rings your bell some, that's for sure.
Curveball stays in, and the count evens at 2.
That may stay on the field of play.
Lifted straight back,
Nope, just out.
and it goes over the screen and 3 rows deep into the bleachers, down below us to our left.
The good thing about that is that it didn't stay in the play because Sather did not find it at all.
No.
Had no idea where that ball was. That's the one when you're the pitcher, you got to be pointing at that ball to your catcher so he knows where it is, because if that ball stays in play, you got to get the out.
Runners go, throw down,
Great job.
and a stolen base on both ends of the double steal. Pitch was inside, so the count goes full.
Really like what I've seen out of this Indy Sharks team early in the game. Really fundamentally sound so far. Good base runners, putting the ball in play, crucial situations.
Pitch outside, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out.
Great plate discipline right there, because that's a tough pitch to lay off of.
So the bases are loaded. Brady Plunkett, the lone extra hitter in the lineup, as the Sharks hitting 10 in this game. Infield in at the corners. Fouled straight back.
That one was fouled right back to me.
And the old pro that you are, you didn't even flinch. Sometimes you forget there's like 3 layers of things between us.
That's right. That's right.
Actually 2. We've got a screen and glass, plexiglass in front of
Through
us.
this glass, it's doing some
Yeah.
major damage.
Swing and a miss. Plunkett waved at that one out of the zone. And now Reese ahead in the count, 1-2. Fouled hard and out of play down the right side. Missing away, and the count evens.
Rob, did I miss an out somewhere? There's no outs, right?
No, there are no outs.
Okay.
Hit on the ground to short.
6,
Out at
4,
second.
3.
And an out at first. 6-4-3. Run comes home. But the Badgers get 2 outs on 1 swing.
Good job there getting a 6-4-3. Handled very nicely by the middle infielders.
Barnes comes home to score, making it 7-1. And Jones heads to third, but there's 2 away now. And Gillum swings and misses at the first offering from Reese. 6 in the top of the second for the Sharks, and 1 here in the third. Badgers did get a single run in the bottom of the second. That's where we stand right now, 7-1 with 2 outs in the top of the third. Hit off the end of the bat, and it gets underneath the glove of the shortstop Gable into center field, and a run scores.
I'd say that one's an E6. That's just a play where Gable, instead of really running through that ball, getting more of your body in front of it, tries to play it to the side and just hops right under his glove. Definitely a play you like to see made by your shortstop.
So second time today that Gillum is aboard via error. Run comes in, 2 runs in the inning, 8 in the game now for the Sharks. And the lead is 8-1. Here's Caleb Neal. Throw over. Pitch misses away. And it's 1-1. 2 outs in the inning, but 2 runs are in for the Sharks. Pops straight up. That looked like it will stay in the park. And it's caught in foul territory by Sather for the final out of the inning. But in the inning, Sharks have a hit, but get 2 runs in. There was a Badgers error and a runner left. We're through 2.5. Indy Sharks lead the Badgers 8-1 on the ISC Sports Network.
Shot at the buzzer. Got it! She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot!
Brady, hello! Did it again. Hello! Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello! There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow.
This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.
Well, 8-1 our score. Good look at the crowd on hand today, part of the crowd on hand today. Beautiful afternoon for baseball here at Logansport High School. The 16U bracket game. The winner goes to the semifinals tomorrow morning. And the 7th seed Indy Sharks so far with the upper hand, leading 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Don't get to see this say this rather, in a baseball broadcast very often. Hitters 13, 14, and 1 due up. I guess it would be 12, 13, and 1.
Yeah,
and
safe.
Frickland beats out the base hit. Infield hit. And the chopper kind of into no man's land behind the mound.
Frickland was running, coming hard out of that box. He was sniffing a base hit, and he was not going to be denied.
So leadoff man aboard for the 2nd straight inning for the Badgers.
Oh.
And a throw over gets away from the first baseman, allowing Frickland to head to second. That throw actually snuck under the diving Frickland, heading back to the bag before it rolled to the fence. Roman Grinwald, one of 4 extra hitters in the order, so he's the 13th man in the lineup. So hitters 12, 13, and 1 are due up in this inning. Pitch taken inside, 2-0. You mentioned Slinger High School with Grinwald, another one of those Slinger products. High school teammate Frickland down at second base. Pitch down in just above the plate, and it's 3-0.
Gillen can't find it right now.
Leadoff man Kyler Bowe waits on deck.
Don't like walks when you have an 8-1 lead, that's for sure.
That pitch down. Well, Gillen was never anywhere near the strike zone in any of those 4 offerings. So 2 on, nobody out, and the Badgers smelling a big inning here.
Conversation.
Pitching coach will head out and have a conversation with Gillum. The right-hander out of Delta High School. 8-1 our score. Just joining us, the Sharks had a 6-run second inning and added 2 in the 3rd. Badgers got a run back in the second and looking to add here with 2 on and nobody out.
Coach goes out to calm Gillum down. Just let him know, hey, man, you got a big lead. Just throw strikes and get yourself out. It's a real simple conversation.
Back to the top of the order, Kyler Bowe. Grounded to short his first time up. And Gillum grooves a strike in. You alluded to it earlier, Chris, but I'd love to know what the percent of pitches after a mound visit are strikes. I'm guessing it's pretty high.
An awful lot.
This ball hit to second base by the diving second baseman. Right fielder charged the ball and got the throw in quickly. That was Moffitt who got it back in.
It's a really good hold by the third base coach there. No reason to make the first out at home plate in this situation when you got some momentum.
The bases are loaded for Kyle Panton. Panton hit it right back to the first baseman Jones his first time up.
Good take. Good leave there by Panton. All you can do with that one is hit it right to the third baseman.
They're even with the bag at the corners, for first and third, middle infield at double play depth. Outside corner taking strike.
Nothing wrong with taking that one as well because, you know, a good pitcher there trying to paint the corner, try to get you to, if you put it in play, it's going to be harmless right at third baseman so he can make a play and get some outs.
Off the end of the bat, rolled to third. Third baseman goes to second for one.
Good job.
Bo beats out the throw to first. So force out at second retires Bo. Panton, rather, I should say, beats out the throw to first. Bo is retired at second, 5-4. And Strickland comes home from third to make it 8-2. Runners at the corners and one out for Jace Gable. Gable reached via error in the first inning. And made the final out of the inning when he collided with the third baseman Burkholder.
That's right.
On a ground ball, even with the bag.
One of those plays you don't see very often.
Long look in by Gillum. Hit hard, backhanded by Burkholder at third. He'll go to first and get the out. Grinwald comes home to score. 2 runs in the inning, 8-3 the score. Panton heads down to second, but now 2 away for Braden Booty.
A couple good plays there by Burkholder at third base.
Booty first pitch swinging, slow
tough.
roller to short. Wims a jump throw to first. It gets away from the first baseman. Runner comes home and he's dead to rights. Out by 10 feet. So Panton is retired. 3-2 on the final out of the inning. And that'll do it. In the inning, though, the Badgers get 2 runs. There was a Sharks error and a runner left. We're through 3. Sharks lead this one 8-3. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
shot at the buzzer. Got it! She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot!
Brady, hello. Did it again. Hello. Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kind of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello. There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow. This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.
Oh, we head to the the top of the fourth, rather. Indy Sharks leading this one 8-3. Top of the order up, Christian Perez. Chris kind of alluded to this earlier. If you're the leadoff hitter and it's the fourth inning and you're making your third trip to the plate, your team's probably in good shape.
Yes, that is correct. But unfortunately for the leadoff man, Christian Perez, he's had a rough day to start.
0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts is Perez. One swinging, one looking. Chops this one right back to the mound. Reese lobs to first for the out. One away. Second inning of work for the relief pitcher, Cullen Reese, who came on in relief of the starter, Jack Fricklin. Reese allowed 2 runs in the third. Jackson Wims, 2 for 2. Singled in a run in the second. Fouls this one straight back. Wims has displayed, Chris, a impressive amount of range at shortstop.
Yes, he has.
Ground he's been able to cover.
What high school does it say that
Lawrence North.
Okay.
Yep, 4 Lawrence North players on this team, including the first 2 guys in the order, Perez and Wims.
Gotcha.
So that's your Lawrence North middle infield right
There you
there,
go.
second and short.
Yes, sir.
Taking a strike. Longest time Lawrence North led by Dickie Winsen-Reed, was the head coach there for 20-plus years. That pitch missed. Discussion between Wims and the home plate umpire. I think Wims wanted time and wasn't granted. And was just trying to get a clarification, I think, with the home plate umpire. If I call time, what's my indication I need to you?
Right.
Because I think every home plate umpire does it a little bit differently. We saw the home plate umpire in the previous game was extremely liberal with it.
Yes, he was.
Ground ball to second. And second baseman took his time making that play, Tennies, and Wims almost beat it out.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much time there. Get that ball and get out of your glove. But no, you're right. Our home plate umpire last game was very generous with that, and then we just saw their home plate umpire this time said, no, thank you. Pitcher's already started his windup. We're going to keep going.
That was very close. Here's Burkholder, 0 for 2. Fielder's choice in the first, grounded to third in the second. We had 4 umpires, so an umpire at every base in the previous game, just 3 in this game. 1 at the plate and 2 in the field. Big cut by Burkholder and a miss.
Big swing.
Top of the fourth, 2 outs. Reese trying to retire the Sharks in order for the first time today. Ooh, they hit him. That one got him.
Ouch.
Or that hit his bat.
No. HBP.
Okay, hit.
Umpire called it. Said hit him in the wrist.
Okay. That ball hit him so hard, hit Burkholder so hard, it rolled out toward the mound. Let's take another look. And it got him right on the left wrist.
Yep.
As he recoiled up to protect himself.
It's a really good shot there on our replay because I thought it's a possibility that he would have swung on that, but you can see right there he did not come close to really swinging the bat, so that's why that's an HBP.
Well, in the area where it was and the way it came off his wrist, you could see somebody mistaking it for hitting the bat.
Yep,
potentially.
absolutely.
It's rare that you see a hit by pitch that rolls 25, 30 feet out from the plate, as that one did.
Tells you how flush that ball hits the batter if it's able to do that.
Cole Perdue stands in. 0 for 2.
I always like this, a base stealer and a leadoff man type hitter. Get hit by a pitch, and that next pitch I'm stealing. Right, keeping you on your toes. I'm going right away.
Hit hard and knocked down by the third baseman. Long throw and safe. But that was an unbelievable effort by Steinmetz just to make that a close play, as he had a long, that's Strickland now at third base, rather. Strickland at third base. And that was a long throw that Strickland had to make there. Let's take a look.
That is a tremendous arm by Strickland, man. He stops the ball, he's in front, and he unleashes just a Ken Caminiti type cannon over there at first base. That was impressive.
So 2-out infield hit for Perdue. Puts runners at first and second, and 2 outs. Jabin Barnes, who's 2 for 2, stands in. Shortstop has it. We'll go the short route to second. And the second baseman winged it to first base.
Sorry, 3 outs. No need.
Not realizing it was the third out of the inning at second, and almost took his first baseman's head off because the first baseman started to head up. My goodness. Yeah, good thing that.
No kidding.
Good thing. Good thing Panton was paying attention over at first base. So we're through 3.5. 8-3 our score. More next on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Here's Sebastian Gillum on for his 4th inning of work, working with a 5-run lead as his club on top, 8-3, heading to the bottom of the 4th. 7-seeded Indy Sharks against the 2-seeded Badger Baseball Academy. Trent Schladweiler leading off this bottom of the 4th. Takes a pitch in, a ball. Rob Brown and Chris Walker with you this afternoon. Glad you're with us. Just got a piece of it, did Schladweiler. Evens the count at 1. Swings right over the top of that breaking ball.
Yeah, that ball had some good movement to it.
Neither pitcher has had an inning where they dominated or controlled the inning. There's been action in every half inning.
Yes, there have.
Both sides. And despite the fact they trail by 5, you don't get the feeling the Badgers are out of this game.
Right on.
Lifted straight up behind the plate. Will it stay in play? And it will. Perdue did a nice job to locate the baseball quickly and secures it in foul territory for the first out.
I always talk about that play. That's a play in high school baseball. You see it caught probably I say 40% of the time. You go to college, probably 70% of the time. In the pros, it's caught 100% of the time. It's amazing to me how much better that play gets made as you go up a level in baseball. And the key to that one to me is, as a catcher, you got to get turned around. Don't sprint back to the spot. You're kind of jogging back to the spot and remembering that the ball's going to have backspin. It's going to come back to the field of play.
Hit on the ground is short. Wims controlled. Strong throw to first for the out. 2 away. Yeah, to your point, Chris, when I watch high school baseball games and a catcher does make that play, I'm almost surprised when they catch it.
I know, and it's interesting when you watch it, but you see it drop so many times. But yeah, it's just truly amazing to me how that's the one play in baseball you see it made so much better at the highest level.
Gavin LaPerriere with a line drive up the middle, and Gillum, self-preservation, makes the catch.
Oh, my.
Oh, that was hit on the screws, and Gillum caught it right above his collarbone.
You know what, I'm just glad that ball was caught so we didn't have any injuries, because that ball smoked. That could have gotten ugly. Whoa.
Sebastian Gillum makes the play. Whoa. Hardest hit ball we've seen all day, and it ends up in the first baseman's glove. So Gillum retires. The Badgers in order. We head to the 5th, 8-3 Sharks on the ISC Sports Network.
Shot at the buzzer. Got it! She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot!
Hello! Did it again. Hello! Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello! There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow. This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.
A great look from our center field camera in at Parker Jones as he stands in for his 3rd trip to the plate. Takes a strike. Jones 1 for 1. Singled and scored in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 3rd. His team leads this one by 5. Lifted into short center field, dropping quickly, and it goes over the glove, over the outstretched glove, I should say, of Tenney's, and drops in for a hit.
It's a great effort there by Tenney's, just not quite long enough to make that play, but a great effort. He had a great jump, great angle and read on that ball, just quite a little bit out of his reach.
Here's Tanner Griffey. Throw down, base runner got way off the bag, but able to scramble back. Some defensive changes. That is Braden Booty out at second base. And Kyle Panton is at first. The ball lifted into right field, coming on and making a one-hand catch.
Wow.
And a close play, almost a double up at first base.
No kidding.
That was Jake Tenney's, who's now out in right field. It's like musical chairs defensively.
Oh, that's so
and
hard for us to
my
keep
card
up
looks like a spring training game. But we know that was Tenney's who made the play in right field and almost doubled off the runner Jones. So Griffey retired for the first out of the inning. Now here's Brady Plunkett. Takes a strike. Plunkett. 0 for 1 on the day. Walked and scored in the second. Grounded into a double play in the third.
With all these substitutions, Rob, that's when you go to just calling out the position and not a name anymore, right?
Yeah.
Too hard to keep track of.
Well, the good news is these players all have jerseys on the front.
Get those numbers, yeah, so we can see it. That's a good call. Oh, good pitch.
Ball chopped back to the pitcher. Looks at
Good
second,
decision,
goes
good
to
decision.
first. 2 away. Runner moves up to second.
I like that decision there. You see so many times at this level where a pitcher would try the 1-6-3 double play, and you see that ball thrown into center field more times than not. May as well get the sure thing, get the out at first base, and you get 2 outs, and you just work from there.
Swing and a miss. Gillum on a eye-high fastball swings right underneath it.
Yeah, I can't even explain how many times I've seen a big inning come as a result of a failed 1-6-3 double play attempt.
In for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2.
Gonna be a tough play.
Chop to third, fair ball. Long throw by Strickland, and Gillum is in.
Once the ball took that last hop, it was going to make that play darn near impossible for Strickland to make because it just took so much time with that last slow, long hop. Don't have enough time to get the throw over to first base for the out.
Infield hit for Gillum. It's the 9th hit of the game for the Sharks. And it brings Caleb Neal, the number 10 batter, to the plate with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. And the Sharks enjoying a 5-run lead. Runner goes, first pitch swinging is Neal, right on a line, and it's hauled in by Tenney's in right field for the final out. So the Sharks threaten in the top of the 5th, but can't play to run. 2 hits in the inning, 2 left. Move to the bottom of the 5th in the Greater Lafayette World Series. Sharks leading the Badgers 8-3 on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Gorgeous day here in Logansport, Indiana, heart of Cass County, north central Indiana. Happy you're with us on this Saturday afternoon. Alongside Chris Walker, Rob Brown with you. So we move to the bottom of the 5th in this 16U bracket game. Indy Sharks leading the Badgers 8-3. Badgers out of Germantown, Wisconsin, about 25 miles northwest of Milwaukee. I think, Chris, when you have 13 in the order, you can say the bottom quarter of the order is due up here in the 5th.
It's a lot of batters.
Tenney's hits a high chopper. Second baseman Fields has a long throw, and he's safe.
Good call. Tough play.
That ball was in the air a long time.
Yes,
and
it was.
Tenney's runs well.
I personally think that ball hit right there is the toughest play on the infield to make. When a second baseman's got to try to round the ball and come through on the run and throw the ball back across his body to first base to get the out, I think that is the toughest play on the infield to make.
Here's Cullen Reese. Began the game as an extra hitter. Now in pitching, has thrown 3 innings in relief and allowed 2 runs. Stands in at the dish. Walked in his first time up. Hit hard into left center field. Outfielders converging
nice
and a
job.
running catch made by Barnes. Boy, Chris, when that ball came off the bat, it looked like it was going to split the outfielders. And Barnes ran that down with room to spare.
I'm right with you. I really like Barnes, man. He is a good-looking player. And we've seen a couple of at-bats of his today, hitting the ball on the opposite part of the field. And he shows some tremendous range there in center field to run that ball down in the gap.
That ball hit in the right center field, but it holds up for the right fielder, Moffitt, who one-hands it for the second out.
See if Steinmetz can keep this inning going for the Badgers team.
Quickly 2 outs in the inning after the leadoff infield hit by Tenney's. And you were talking, Chris, about that play that Tenney's reached on, that high chopper. You know, we've talked a lot about this artificial surface here at Logansport. The artificial surface gives and takes away, right? You get the true hops of the artificial surface, but you don't get a hop like that on a natural surface.
That's right.
That ball stays down, and the
That's
second
right.
baseman probably makes the play.
That's very well called.
Steinmetz lifts this one into left field, drifting toward the line, and making the catch is Neal. So all 3 outfielders get a put out for the Sharks here in the 5th. Badgers get a leadoff single and strand it. We're through 5. Indy Sharks lead 8-3 on the ISC Sports Network.
Race to the other end, and he punches it down. Walk in, takes it in. Little energy, little. Out the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. He's up. Still going. Throws it up, and Hooks will throw it down.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa. My goodness.
122.60 for Penn.
What a swim! 6 of them.
There's my man Felix. Felix the cat, baby. Logansport mascot. There are Felix faces everywhere on this campus, and it's awesome. Logansport High School, our host this afternoon. Thank the folks here for taking care of us. A little activity down the right field corner. Bullpen for the Sharks as Christian Perez, the leadoff man, will begin this top of the 6th for the visitors from Noblesville, Hamilton County, and North Central Indiana. Perez 0 for 3. Pitch taken right at the belt. Too high for a ball. 2-1. Slow roller.
Play. Good pick.
Shortstop charges,
Nice
throw to first. He got him.
Nice job.
Gable with a nice play to begin this 6th inning.
One down.
Nice play. Seen that over the last decade. That play gets made so routinely by shortstops now. Just a kind of slow roller called a run through. Come through, you got to field it and throw on the run. And the key is throwing that ball toward the shortstop. Toward the first baseman's right shoulder, so it comes back, kind of tails back in, so it comes back to your first baseman.
Here's Jackson Wims. Wims is 2 for 3 with a run driven in.
He's looked good today, both offensively and defensively.
Pitch outside, 2-1. Pitch in tight as well. Now 3-1. 8-3 the score. Swing and a miss. Count goes full. Sharks plated 6 in the second, 2 in the third. Badgers with a single run in the second, 2 in the third. Wow. Line drive right back up the middle, went right over the head of the crouching Reese just in front of the mound. A solid single, third hit of the game for Wims.
And that's the second time today we've seen him go right back through the box. Really good left-handed hitting approach by Jackson Wims.
That ball coming right at you on our center field camera. 10th hit of the game for the Sharks. Wims aboard with one away. Wims does not have a steal today, but given the athleticism we've seen from him, I have to think he's a running possibility. That ball's hit a ton into left field. Left fielder giving retreat, and it'll two-hop the fence. Wims will come around. There'll be no throw, and an absolute pounded double into left field by Ryan Burkholder makes it 9-3 Sharks.
That ball, Burkholder just gets a fastball middle in, and he does not miss. He drops a barrel on it. Like you said, Rob, two hops the wall in left field. That scores Wims all the way from first base, and this Sharks team is looking really good.
I thought for a second when that ball took its first hop short of the track.
Doesn't be a ground rule double?
Yeah, I thought it might hop over the fence. I was
thing.
watching Steinmetz out there in left field to see if he checked up, because it took such a big hop the first time it hit the turf. I thought it might skip over, and if it did, Wims would still be back at third base.
That's right.
That ball hit hard right at Steinmetz, and he can't find it. It handcuffed him as he tried to make a sliding catch. Burkholder will hold at third. He had to check up and wait to see if Steinmetz would make the catch. And that appears to be all for Reese, as the coach of the Badgers is already out of the dugout, indicating to the bullpen. And we will have a pitching change. We'll go ahead and take a break during this change and come back. Middle of the sixth. Sharks leading the Badgers 9-3 on the ISC Sports Network.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the ISC Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Now Kyler Bowe, the right-hander, is the new pitcher. Third pitcher of the game for the Badgers. Bowe began the game in center field and then was lifted to go down and warm up in the left field corner. Cullen Reese departs with 3 1/3 innings to his credit. The 2 runners aboard are his responsibility, as the Sharks have a run in, 1 out, and runners at the corners for Jabin Barnes, who's 2 for 3. Runner goes, first pitch, no throw. And a stolen base for Cole Purdue.
Good take there by Barnes. Get 2 runners in scoring position, especially the way he's been swinging it today.
Yeah, doubled in the right field corner and singled hard to left.
Now he's going to have to fight being down in the count 0-2.
That pitch gets away, goes back to the screen, and a run will score. So wild pitch brings Burkholder home. It's 10-3.
They may be one run away from run rule territory, right? Because we're in the 6th. They still have to hold the bottom of the inning, but I think it's 8 after 5.
It is.
Correct?
Yep, 8 after 5.
Oh,
High
look.
chopper, and it go over the first baseman's head into right field. The infield was in, and the runner never ran to first base. And he's out.
What is it, a 9?
I'm not sure what happened there.
I don't either.
And now Barnes is kind of holding his eye.
Oh.
Let's take a look. I think
wonder
one
if
of
he
the
got
little
turf-
one of the little
yes.
turf pebbles came up and got in his eye.
Yes.
And as a result, he didn't run.
I think you're right. But what were you saying earlier about the turf giveth and turf take away?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a ball every day on every other field is a routine ground out to first base. That ball bounced out. Now you get the out, but only because he's get the pellet in his eye and he doesn't run.
Well, Barnes now down beyond the first base dugout, pouring some water into his right eye, trying to get whatever hopped up in there out of it. He does get an RBI for the ground out. A run is in, and it's 11-3. Now that also brings into play, as we were talking offline a moment ago, the Sharks have an 8-run lead, and the run rule is 8 runs after 5. And as we sit here in the top of the 6th, if the Sharks were to get a scoreless hold, the game would be over. Drop third strike, they'll have to go to first for the putout and do. And that'll be all for the Sharks. But in the inning, the Sharks get 3 hits, 3 runs, no runners left. We're through 5.5. The Sharks lead this one 11-3 on the ISC Sports Network.
Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here. The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC. Local lives here.
11-3 our score. There's Jack Frickland, who's set to lead off this bottom of the 6th. The Badgers need at least a run to prolong this game, as the 8-run rule after 5 is in effect, with the Sharks plating 3 in the top of the 6th. Hitters 12, 13, and 1 due up here in this 6th
There you
inning.
go again.
Second time I've said that today. Pitch taken at the knees.
Tell you what.
You never heard Harry Carey say hitters 12, 13, and 1
No,
due up.
and I tell you, the other thing is if you're hitting 13 batters in a game, I better not hear any complaining from parents about playing time.
No. That's a non-starter right there.
I'm telling you.
Non-starter. Badger Baseball Academy seeded 2 in this bracket play after a 3-0 pool play start. Inside corner taking a strike. Meanwhile, the Indy Sharks went 2-1 in pool play and are seeded 7th, but the Sharks are 3 outs away from advancing to the semifinal tomorrow morning.
Sharks have looked very fundamentally sound so far in this game.
And Sebastian Gillum is going for the complete game win here. Starting pitcher still on. Entering his 6th inning of work. Scattered 5 hits and allowed 3 runs. Inside, and Frickland works the walk. the third walk issued by Gillum. He's hit a batter. No strikeouts. I would not say, Chris, that of all the pitchers we've seen today, now that's just our second game, but Gillum, I'd say, would be the least overpowering, but he's been able to pitch to contact and move the ball around a little bit and keep hitters off balance.
I would agree with that. And because of that, it gives his team a chance to get in the dugout and swing the bats, and he's got an 11-3 lead here, sitting in the bottom of the sixth. You can't complain about that.
Roman Grinwald stands in, walked and scored his first time up back in the third. Next game scheduled to start around 3:15. May go a little bit early. Winner of this game will take on the winner of our next game in the semifinal round of the 16U bracket tomorrow. Next game on deck is the Yard Goat Baseball organization taking on Indy Titans Midwest. Yard Goats, we saw their 15U team win earlier today, based out of Champaign, Illinois, and Indy Titans based out of Westfield, Indiana. On the ground, a second.
Good decision.
Go the easy route to first, Will Perez, and there's one away.
Really good decision by the second baseman there, because if you try to go back and throw that ball to second base and to get the lead runner, nothing but disaster can happen there. Either you throw the ball away, you get the runner in the back, because that angle you're going to have to throw it at is going to be darn near impossible.
Here's Kyler Bowe. 1 for 2 is Bowe. Ground to short in the first, singled in the third. Swings over the top of that one. Great crew working with us today. Jordan Shue, our director. Dennis Glover, Dalton Cox, and Rob Lynch on the cameras. Vince Morellis handling our replays, and David Kahn on the graphics.
I'm telling you right now, Rob Lynch got the best camera job for the day, that's for sure. He's in the covered area here. Although
some would say he has to sit and listen to us.
Yeah, true. But it's not blazing hot outside today,
that's
so
true.
he gets some reprieve, right?
That's
I mean,
true.
our guys that are outside, there's been days, like I said, normally this time of year, it could be miserable out there.
1-1 count to the leadoff man, Bowe. Hit hard at the second baseman, knocks it down, does Perez, throw to first. Line drive handcuffed him, but he still had plenty of time to make the throw over and retire Bowe for the second out of the inning.
The interesting thing about that play there is the base runner, Fricklin, was not sure if that ball was caught in the air or not, so he had to freeze. He could not advance to third base, which could come into play here because now you get a pass ball. He'll only advance to third instead of scoring to keep this game going.
Kyle Panton, 0 for 2. And with the 8-run rule after 5, the Badgers have to find a way to get Fricklin home to the plate to extend this game to a 7th inning. Gillum takes a long look at second to the plate. Chopped foul.
It's a tough thing there to do. Left-handed hitter trying to pull the off-speed pitch that's tailing away from you, and you'll never have a lot of success when you try to do that. Got to really stay on that ball, bury that front shoulder, try to pound that ball through that 5-6 hole.
0-2 count, 2 outs. Hit sharply on the ground and by the first baseman. Down the line, a run will score. Bowe rounds second. He'll head for third. And there's no throw in. So a 2-out triple by Panton, A 2-out triple by Panton extends the game and keeps the Badgers alive, at least for now.
Good piece of hitting there by Kyle Panton. Just gets ball in and drives it down the first base line just out of the reach of the diving first baseman.
Jace Gable, 0 for 2, is the 3-hole hitting Gable. Panton waits down at third.
Whoa.
Back to the screen, but it came back on the ricochet about 15 feet, and that gave Panton enough cause to hold up and not try it.
Well, better be glad he didn't try. He would have been out by 20 feet if he would have come on that one.
Swing and a miss. Big cut by Gable. But the run coming in for the Badgers ensures that we will have a 7th inning. No run rule today in this one. This ball lifted into left center.
Whoa.
Outfielders almost collided. It will be Neal making the play in left field to end the inning. But the Badgers get the run they need to extend the game. A run on a hit. We're through 6. Sharks leading the Badgers 11-4 on the ISC Sports Network. Now back at Jim Turner Field on the campus of Logansport High School. Rob Brown and Chris Walker with you this afternoon. U16 bracket game. We head to the 7th with the Indy Sharks visiting team on the scoreboard, leading this one 11-3. Tanner Griffey leads it off. Griffey 1 for 2. Walked and singled. In the second, or singled and scored, I should say, in the second. Walked in the third, flew out to right in the 5th. I paused for a moment, Chris, because I looked at my scorecard. I'm not sure I've ever seen this before. The Sharks have 11 runs. They have 10 players in the batting order. 9 of the 10 players have scored a run.
Oh, wow. I just noticed that as well.
The leadoff man, Christian Perez, is the only player for the Sharks who has not scored. Inside corner taken, strike 3.
One down.
First strikeout, second strikeout for the relief pitcher, Kyler Bowe. And that'll bring a pinch hitter to the plate, Jeb Brown. First at bat of the game for Jeb Brown, number 0, out of Lawrence North High School.
Rob, I'll do you one better on your stat you just mentioned. Christian Perez is actually the only batter in the Sharks lineup that has not reached base today.
That is also correct. Yeah, good point. So Brown pinch hitting. First time at the plate for him this afternoon. He's down the count 1-2. Curveball stays in. And it evens at 2-2.
Come on, Devils, go. Go, Jazz.
Ooh, taken high. That was very close to the top of the zone, but instead it's a full count.
Tell you what, man, these first 2 games we've seen, I've seen
Swing and a miss.
as good of home plate umpiring as I've seen all year in any high school games in these 2. At this level, I should say, in these first 2 games today. Very consistent, and that's all you can ask for. I think consistent and very fair strike zones today.
Gillum.
That's going to stay in play.
Lifts this one down the right side, and it just drifts out of play.
First base, and you love that when you hear your catcher screaming, you got room, and then you run in and get a face full of fence. Thanks, buddy.
That was Kyle Panton giving chase to that one.
That's just like the other thing in baseball. Everyone, you're in the batter's box, you need base runners, and you get a pitch thrown close to you. Everyone's like, don't move, wear one. Yeah, it's easy to tell someone else to get hit by a pitch.
That went in tight
That
on
thing
Gillum.
hurts, man. That ball really hurts.
Yeah, it's easy to say wear one when you're not the one standing in there.
That's right.
Hit hard and over the head of the shortstop, Gable. Base hit for Gillum, his second of the game. 13th hit for the Sharks.
Tell you what, if I'm Christian Perez, the leadoff man, I'm hoping this gets back to me to give me a chance to at least get a hit or get on base, because if not, man, he's going to be kangaroo court. Man, he's going to owe his teammates something. Good pitch.
Outside corner taking the strike. Bo laid it right on the outside corner. Caleb Neal, 0 for 2, walked and scored in the second. Curveball drops in on the inside corner, and Bo quickly ahead, 0 and 2. Runner goes, swing and a miss. And Bo strikes out the side with a single interspersed. No runs in for the Sharks in the top of the 7th, but the Sharks with a 7-run lead. Last roundup for the Badgers coming up on the ISC Sports Network.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score. Jackson takes the handoff, throws the deep ball. He's got a man. Catch made. Rolling, throwing, has a man. First down, the grab by Cyrus. Billingsley keeps. Billingsley spins away from the tackle. Still going. Touchdown, Snyder.
Blue skies here at Logansport as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Indy Sharks leading 11-4. New pitcher on for the Sharks. After the starter, Sebastian Gillum goes 6 innings. Reed Butts is on to close this game out, working with a 7-run lead as Butts. Right-hander out of Yorktown High School. And he'll face hitters 4, 5, 6 due up in the Badgers order. Braden Booty starts it off. 2 for 2 is Booty. Swings right over the top of that first offering. Reed Butts with the high blue socks there out on the mound. Almost like he's wearing culottes.
Right to
Lifted into left field and one-handed by Neal for the out, one away. I'm a big fan of showing the socks. I'm not a fan of the
football pants.
Pajama pants. Not a fan of that.
Oh, you're talking about the really long.
Yeah, where they're like going over the back of your spikes.
Yes,
not a fan of that.
I'm with you.
I like showing the socks, but some players take it a little too far. Like my guy Jonathan India for the Reds is wearing short pants.
Correct.
Like he barely covers his quads with his pants. That's a little too much.
I think that was made famous a couple years ago by Roddy Jordan and Tanner Allen for Mississippi State when they're making their College World Series run. And I kid you not, that next summer you saw high school age kids in travel ball doing it all over the place.
Yeah.
And it is not
Plus they're wearing
stopped.
shorts with long socks underneath.
Exactly. I mean, so much so that, like, your pants underneath are almost, you got to wear the tights, the long tights, because your socks can't come up high.
No, your socks aren't going to make it to
exactly.
north of your kneecaps.
Exactly.
2-0 count. Catches the outside corner. Trent Schladweiler 0 for 2 today. Golfs this one into center field, and it'll drop in the triangle in between the shortstop, center, and left fielders. Bloop base hit for Schladweiler. 7th hit of the game for the Badgers, trailing 11-4 in this bottom of the 7th.
You know, Rob, I am still struggling with how they get Booty out of that pronounce for Braden's last name.
Spelled B-O-T-H-E.
Yes, something's
that's
got to be
why.
off.
That's why you go down and ask.
That's right.
Before the ball game, double check all those. This ball is lifted into left field. Left fielder Neal retreating, and he makes a running catch. No, it came out of his glove. Rolls to the track, relayed back in. Double for Sather. Looked like that it was in his glove momentarily. I thought he caught it. Let's take another look.
Well, I think the first couple steps, I don't think Neal was going as hard, because I don't think he thought it was hit as well as it was. And he tried to turn, put it in high gear, and he just couldn't get to it.
Yeah,
I don't think he ever got to
and
it.
yeah, looking at the replay, I don't think it ever even got into his glove. Soared over his glove. So 2 on, 1 out. LePerrier stands in. Gavin LePerrier, the left fielder. Hit the hardest ball of the day to end the 4th, a line drive that was headed right for the upper torso / throat of the pitcher, Sebastian Gillum, and Gillum was able to duck out of the way just enough to get his glove on it and snag it for the final out of the inning.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where we said that thank goodness that was an out, because if that was not an out, we would have had a long delay in this baseball game.
Yeah. Off-speed pitch way ahead of it and fouls it left side, does LePerrier. Participants for the next game starting to file into the ballpark. Yard Goats and the Indy Titans, Midwest. Hit hard to the third baseman. Collects his feet and diving slide by LePerrier. He's out by a half step. That'll get a run in and move Sather to third, but now 2 outs in the inning.
Actually, Sather stays at second.
Oh, he stays at second, okay.
He does not advance. Does get a run there. Not a fan of diving into first base there when you don't really have to. The only time I like to slide into first base if that throw is coming into the baseline, you're trying to avoid contact with the first baseman because you see too many hand injuries that way.
Jake Tenney's stands in. Last chance for the Badgers, down 11-5. Bottom of the 7th and 2 outs. Tenney's is 1 for 2 rather. Reached via error in the 2nd. Infield single in the 5th.
Well, Rob, just praying for my buddy Ryan Johnson that he can get an entire tournament in this year. Last couple of years, I think we've been kind of rained out on that last day, and just makes it tough. And so hopefully this weather can hold off and get this tournament in.
That ball hit into left field. Drops in for a hit, relayed back in quickly. So Tenney's keeps the inning alive. 3rd hit in the inning for the Badgers. And Cullen Reese heads to the plate. Butts looking to get one more out and end this ball game and advance his team to the semifinals tomorrow morning. Badgers trying to keep this inning alive. 2 outs, though. And runners at the corners. Reese Hits this one to right field. Right fielder Moffitt is under it, and that'll do it. So the Indy Sharks, the 7th seed, knock off the 2 seed Badger Baseball Academy. The Sharks jumping and grabbing control of this game with a 6th-run second, and hold on for an 11-5 win to advance to the semifinals tomorrow morning in this 16U bracket. Just a solid game all the way around by the Sharks, Chris.
Yeah, they played well, pitched the ball well, played good defense, and got some really timely hits. Great game by the Sharks.
Well, our next game scheduled to start at 3:15. It'll be another 16U bracket game. But for now, our Sharks, Indy Sharks rather, are the winners, 11-5 over the Badger Baseball Academy. Again, we'll be back with you around 3:15 for the Yard Goats taking on the Indy Titans Midwest. Until we do so, this has been Rob Brown on behalf of our entire ISC Sports Network crew saying so long, everybody.